Check vibration damper for defects. Practice on removing camshaft from engine block. Check for bend and twist of camshaft. Hello, my name is Charumati. I hope you are all excited for today's session. Today we are going to learn how to remove and check vibration damper for defects, and we are going to look at how to remove the camshaft from the engine block to check for bend and twist.
At the end of this demonstration, you will be able to check the vibration damper defects, removing and checking the camshaft, tools and instruments required, Trainees Toolkit 1 number, socket spanner for damper pulley 1 number, pulley puller 1 number, materials required, tray 1 number, cotton cloth, kerosene, vibration damper accessories. Remove the fan belt from the fan drive pulley if available. Loose the damper nut with the help of a socket spanner and remove the damper nut. Fix the puller on the fan drive pulley and remove it. Place the fan drive pulley on the tray. Clean the vibration damper and fan drive pulley. Checking the vibration damper. Visually check the vibration damper for missing or extruded rubber between the damper sections and a damaged keyway. Place the vibration damper on a flat surface and look for misalignment between the damper sections. Replace the vibration damper if any complaint observed. The engine is classified based on the position of the camshaft. They are: overhead valve engine. In this OHV engine, the valves are positioned on the cylinder head. The camshaft is positioned on the cylinder block and a push rod connects the cam and the rocker arm. The other side of the rocker arm operates the valve. The next type is single overhead cam engine. Single overhead cam engine uses one camshaft which is fitted on the cylinder head, and valves are also positioned on the cylinder head. A rocker is placed in between the valve and the cam. The cam operates the rocker and the rocker operates the valve. Double overhead cam engine. The double overhead cam engine uses dual camshaft. One camshaft operates inlet valves and another camshaft operates exhaust valves. Place the cylinder head on the wooden table. Now we are going to dismantle the camshaft from the assembly. The camshaft is fitted on the top of the cylinder head and bolted by a camshaft bearing cap. Now loosen the bearing cap bolts to remove it. Based on the length of the camshaft has 4 or more bearing caps. Loosen all the bearing cap bolts. Before removing the bearing cap from the assembly, ensure the bearing caps are numbered. Why? Because the bearing cap should be replaced again in the same place from where it has been removed. If the caps are not numbered, then punch the numbers with the help of letter punch. Now remove the bearing caps and place it in a tray in sequence. Remove the camshaft and keep it in a tray. Place the bearing caps on the camshaft journals. Be sure that the bearing caps are not mixed. Then remove the rocker arm from the cylinder head and keep it in a tray. Be sure that, like the bearing cap, the rockers also should not be mixed. Arrange the rockers in a tray sequentially to enable them to replace it in the same place while reassembling. Camshaft can be measured for its cam height, run out, and journal clearance. Now I am going to demonstrate how to check cam height. The cam height can be measured with the outside micrometer. Before going for measurements, confirm the size of the micrometer to be used. For example, if the size of the cam is 45.000 mm, then select 25 to 50 mm micrometer. After selecting the micrometer, check the error in the micrometer if any. If error is there, note down and consider with actual measurements. Place the camshaft in between the V-blocks. Loosen the movable thimble of micrometer up to the cam height and insert it in between the cam lobe and base. Tighten it with a ratchet and stop rotating when you hear the ratchet noise. Note down the readings and compare the readings with the manufacturer's recommendation. Similarly, place a dial gauge on the camshaft journal and set 0 position in the dial gauge. Turn the camshaft slowly and note down any deflection in the dial gauge. Note down the dial gauge deflection readings and compare with the manufacturer's recommendation. Replace the camshaft if the readings are not matching with the actual recommendations. Camshaft journal wear. Use plastic gauge for measuring journal wear. Clean housings and camshaft journals. Install camshafts to the cylinder head. Place a piece of gauging plastic to full width of journal of camshaft. Install camshaft housing. Tighten camshaft housing bolts evenly and gradually in numerical order by repeating tightening sequence 2 or 3 times until specified torque is obtained. Do not turn the camshaft. Remove housing and using scale on gauging plastic envelope, measure gauging plastic width at its widest point. Some engines use tappets and shims instead of rocker arm. In such a case, check the tappet for its damage and measure the tappet outer dia and cylinder head bore size. Calculate the clearance and if it exceeds, then replace the tappet and shim.
We have come to the end of the exercise. Thus, we have learned to check vibration damper for defects. We have also learned to remove camshaft from engine block, check for bend and twist of camshaft. Hope you are clear on this. Do this exercise with the help of your instructor. Thank you all. See you in the next video.